Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a fragrance review, and it's going to be a review on this fragrance from Hermes. This is Jour D'Hermes Absolu. So if you want to know what I think about this fragrance, then keep watching. Now this fragrance is not the only one I have from Hermes. I think I have one or two others. I don't quite remember. I know I just got another bottle. But it's not a brand that I'm usually very excited to purchase. There's just something about their fragrances that are either love or not excited about. There's no hate. Don't really have a hate with their fragrances. I just don't really get excited for them. But this one I'm actually really excited for, and I wanted to tell you a little bit why I liked it, but I also wanted to give you guys a review so that you knew about longevity and sillage and when I think this would be appropriate to wear. Generally overall, when it comes down to Hermes fragrances, kind of like Jo Malone, like I love Jo Malone fragrances, I wish they worked on my skin. There's just something about the formula that just turns sour on my skin. With Hermes fragrances, I love the way that they smell on sticks, on other people, on me. It just, there's no magic. There's like no magic with this fragrances. There's like two or three that are really amazing, but I'm not as excited for them, so I don't buy them. But this one was a little bit different. Now I'd sampled the one from 2012, the Jour D'Hermes, and it was a beautiful, very airy, ethereal floral fragrance, and as soon as it was on my skin, it just smelled flat. There was just nothing magical about it. And so I just, didn't get a bottle of it. I liked it. I liked smelling it on other people. I just wish it worked for me. So I saw this guy when I was at the mall the other day, and the fragrance I had worn was just not, I was testing out a new fragrance. It just wasn't lasting on my skin very long. So I put this on my skin and just walked around the mall when I was at Sephora because I was doing some shopping, and I figured I'll wear this, I'll smell nice, at least I'll smell like something. And then I'll go home and whatever. Usually if I'm at the mall and I'm spritzing on a fragrance on my skin, I'm either purchasing a fragrance, so I'm sampling it to purchase, or I'm trying something new that I don't have at home, which was the case of this guy right here. In that shopping trip, I bought a lot of fragrance. So, when I do my fragrance haul or my monthly haul, I'll show you guys the ones I got from this specific trip. It was a hoot. But this one, I had just smelled my wrist right before I was getting ready to go, because like I always do, and there was just something like magical about this one on my skin. This one had the appropriate feeling of happiness that I get when I wear fragrances that I love. Like it just immediately, there was a response in my brain of, this is beautiful, I love this, I will wear this all the time, I need to buy it. So I went to Sephora and I picked up a bottle, and I really love it. I've worn it a few times since getting it, and I wore it yesterday, and my husband doesn't like it, and I'm never surprised by that. I'm actually more surprised when he likes my fragrances, but I kind of want to tell you guys why I like this fragrance so much. This is a very simple fragrance. This pretty much, all I get is Gardenia, Jasmine, and I believe like apricot or like apricot flowers. A very kind of like slate fruity sweetness to this fragrance. It doesn't have any fragrance story on me. It pretty much just, as soon as you spray it on your skin, that's how it smells, and it's just a little bit more intense in the beginning, and then it wears away at the end. There's no like middle notes or base notes. There's no story or excitement with this fragrance. But what really made me excited about this fragrance is how it smelled and interacted with my skin. This to me, like out of the bottle, like just like sniffing the cap, it's very light. It's not soap or soapy, but it smells to me like clean skin. If you have like this your favorite body wash and you just like wash yourself, or your favorite body lotion, and like after you've worn it for an hour or two and it just kind of like warms up on your skin, and you smell the skin and the lotion, but it smells really fresh and really clean and kind of sexy, like that's what this reminds me of. On my skin, this smelled like clean, fresh, sexy skin, and I love that. I think this is like a very like a confidence booster. It just smells, there's just something very carnal about it while it being a very non-carnal fragrance. I don't know, that's just what I got from this. Now, this is very heavy on the white florals without the oppressive heaviness of white florals. And if you guys know white florals, which you obviously do, you know what that means. Sometimes white florals can be biting, they can be sharp, they can be choking, they can just fill a room in not a pleasant way. They have to be done correctly. White florals are usually what people will throw into a fragrance to hide other things, and they just become very oppressive, and they're just not very pleasant if they're not done correctly. I love this fragrance because it is very light and airy and whimsical and romantic, and it's youthful but not juvenile, but it is heavy on the white florals without being a heavy fragrance. I think this is a really beautiful, airy fragrance that's going to smell very light and sweet on the skin. You're going to get the beautiful notes of gardenia. You're going to get the beautiful notes of jasmine without the heaviness and oppression that comes with that if a fragrance only has those two notes in them and it just generally smells like a heavy mess. This is really gorgeous, and I love this for that. That being said, because it is such a light fragrance, I would say that this is not something I would wear in the evening because it is so light. I would say this is probably more appropriate for daytime or early afternoon wear. Now, do I think this is appropriate for work or school? Yes, actually, I do. This sits very comfortably close to the skin. It's not going to be something that if someone's sitting right next to you, they'll be able to smell it, but they'll be able to experience it in a way that is pleasant and not like it's choking them. So that's really, really nice about this fragrance too. I would say this is work appropriate and classroom appropriate. That also being said, if you're looking for a fragrance that has excellent projection, that fills a room and leaves a lasting impression when you leave, this is definitely not it. So do keep that in mind if you're looking for one of those fragrances. This isn't going to be the one you're looking for. This is more of a close encounter, beautiful, intimate fragrance that people around you will be able to experience, but if they're standing 5 feet away, they probably won't get any, they won't be able to smell it or experience at all. So it's a very intimate, personal fragrance, which I think kind of adds to its charm. Also, the only issue I really have with this fragrance is its longevity. This fragrance lasts on my skin about 3 hours, maybe 4 if I overspray it. Generally, you guys know I look for fragrances to last 4 to 6 hours if I think it has excellent longevity. And because of the environment that I live in, and I always say I live in a very hot and humid environment, I get about 2 to 3 hours of wear, and if I overspray, I get about 3 to 4 hours. So this doesn't have the longevity I would hope it would have, but it does last enough if I'm going out shopping, or if I'm going out to lunch, or if I'm going someplace and I'm going to be gone for 2 to 3 hours. This will last on my skin, but if I come home, I'll usually have to reapply it. So do keep that in mind when purchasing it, but again, understand that's my environment. If you guys live in a different environment, you might have better longevity and protection. It's just my skin, my environment, but I did want to let you guys know about Anyway, those are my thoughts on this fragrance. I think it's a really beautiful, intimate, safe fragrance. I think this is something you could wear to class or to the theater or to work, and it's not going to offend anyone or oppress them or give them headaches or make them choke or cough, but at the same time it's very whimsical and romantic and youthful. So I've really been loving this. I love the way it smells. I love how it just reminds me of very clean, fresh, slightly perfumed skin. I think that's really sexy and fun. And overall, I've really been enjoying this fragrance. So I wanted to share it with you guys because I love it and I thought you guys might want to know my thoughts on it. So there we go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue doing videos like this. And also don't forget to subscribe. It's free and I'm free, and I always do that. I don't know why. I put out new videos every Monday through Friday, and sometimes on the weekends as well. So I'll always have something for you to watch. In any case, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever. And I'll see you next time. Bye!